Apologies for the technical difficulties. It's been doing this every once in a while for some reason, but we are back live here at halftime in the Happy Hiller halftime show. It's almost the perfect time for it to happen because Jeremy was just talking, so we didn't really need to be here anymore during that.
Ouch.
But you can help us out.
I'm usually the one giving you a hard time.
You are. You can really help us out by hitting the share button on this new stream because it's going to be a new live stream. People will be a little bit confused, but we are back live here now. And, Jeremy, we're going through the scores from tonight's games on the Quality Family scoreboard.
Harriman over Sunbright. Surprise, 51-0.
What are we doing? Are they going to be 0-10?
Oh, they are 0-10.
Okay, we're done.
They're not in a four-team region,
no, thankfully. But it's time to pack it up.
Now, here's a game that will absolutely affect these two teams in the second round of the playoffs. But South Pittsburgh up on Whitwell 42-7 in the fourth quarter.
That's a statement for South Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to win that region is what that means. Statement made.
I completely agree. Cumberland County over Sequoia tonight, 41-0.
Good for Cumberland County.
I agree.
Go ahead and win 41-0.
You talk about a team that you saw vast improvement in the second half of the season.
No question.
Ottawa 27, 1-9 Ottawa, 27-0 over 2-7 Howard.
Howard jumping out of a region next year. Going to go non-region schedule.
Hey, listen, Joe Burns 14-10 over Red Bullen. That'd be a good win for Red Bullen.
That was a game we did last year. That's for the 3 seed out of this region. So we did that game last year, which means the difference between going to South Pitt or going to Whitwell. Obviously, going to Whitwell is better than going to South Pitt.
Shorter drive.
Yes, that's a good point.
Father Ryan 38-0 over Warren County, and poor Warren County is going to finish 0-10 on the season.
Probably should have jumped out of the region. And by probably, definitely should have jumped out of the region there. Just got to get it rolling there in somehow, some way.
Watertown over Community 20-0 in the second quarter. Trying to look for some scores that could potentially have some impact. Stewart's Creek over McGavick 14-6 at the half. Shelbyville over Tullahoma 14-7 at the half. Page 28-0 over Nolensville in the second quarter. Ravenwood, man, they just keep rolling. 21-3 over Brentwood. Brentwood's 8-1, and Ravenwood's kind of handed to. Ravenwood's good.
Ravenwood coming off a win over Oakland. That means you're a bona fide state championship contender. No question about it.
Speaking of Keith Dyer, had that game. So it's 2 weeks in a row. He's had just awesome games. At White Hat, by the way. He's almost went full-time White Hat. Proud of him, doing a great job. Beach over Springfield 14-10. Henry County over Hendersonville 14-7.
And that will do it for the Quality Family Scoreboard. Not concerned about Division II. Congrats on your money. Once again, hit share on this new stream. We are live back on all platforms, on YouTube, on Facebook, just in a new stream. So if you're confused, just come on over. I'm looking at it right now. I know we're live. You can comment along with us. We need you to comment. Tell us who you're cheering for. You missed nothing in that quick breather because it was halftime. And let's talk about that first half. 28-14. A ferocious start for Clay County. They go out in front 14-6. And then Gordonsville moving the football on the ground. The offensive line just creating havoc up front for these backs to rumble through. Of course, the storyline to watch for Gordonsville, both Jay Foster and Jamario Williams on the same play go out with injuries. Both did not look necessarily like something you just come back from immediately. That could loom large, but even without them, Mason Cross came in and Turner Booker rushed down the field and ended up with a 28-14 lead. Clay County gets the ball, and really feels like right now, Jeremy, Clay has to score a touchdown if they want to stay in this football game tonight.
No, I agree with you. And, after the injuries, Gordonsville leaned on what's been successful, and that's just running the ball inside the A or the B gap. And they've had success all night except for one or two plays. And, again, don't expect anything different from Gordonsville. They need to do that until it's stopped. I mentioned, Coach Lamb, great coach. He's going to have some kind of game plan to try to offset that some. But, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Macon County has just scored again. It's 47-0. all Clay County there, or Macon County, I should say, over on UCR2 tonight with Jacob and Coach Shanks on the call there. Meanwhile here, Nate Adams. We know his ability to throw the football downfield. We haven't seen him take a lot of shots down the field, though. Potentially that could change. And for Gordonsville, nothing changes offensively. You're going to keep running the football until the opponent proves that they can stop you.
Yeah, and what's impressed me other than the Gordonsville offensive line is the secondary for Gordonsville. They've played really well.
Yep.
They've kept the ball in front of them for the most part. Foster had the really good play where he made up some ground and was able to make a defensive play there. But they have just really kind of kept it boxed in tonight.
And there was some palpable frustration, and Hallie, if you want to jump in on this part, some palpable frustration down there. But a Clay County offense that's moving it pretty good between the 20s. They stalled out a couple of times. Right now, Gordonsville kind of keeping a level head, and that was a really strong finish to the half for the Tigers.
I think that Gordonsville came out with a lot more energy and were ready more for tonight's game. You heard Coach Lamb say before the game, I'm a little nervous. I didn't see that from Gordonsville's side. I think Salina may come out with a lot more energy. They come out and just start off the second half really great and really strong. They seem to look a little more composed right now, but Gordonsville took away that first half, and I think it's mostly because they were more prepared for tonight's game energy-wise and come here knowing that anything could happen.
Yeah, you talk about this Clay County offense, 14-7, had one really nice drive. The first drive only had to go 10 yards. Since then, weren't able to get over the hump down there into that red area. When they got to about the 20-yard line, a couple of turnover on downs there, had to punt it a couple of more times. Advantage to Gordonsville, but if there's no Jay Foster or Jamario Williams, still very much up in the air right now in this football game. Thanks, Hallie. She's doing a great job with the scoreboard tonight. 28-14 our score. I'm Noah McKay. Jeremy Tolson. That's Hallie Ledbetter. She'll be joined by the winning coach post-game in Madison McKay, producing things to our left on a cold night. It says it's 55 degrees.
No.
It's about 25 degrees.
I was going to say 35 for sure. The wind blowing up off this
55
water.
55 degrees tonight here in Salina. As this is going to be a squib kick, trying to prevent a big return. Going to be fielded at the 35, and then a collision and a pile up on the 42.
You get a second chance.
Turner Booker able to get in there and make the tackle. Possession goes back the other way to Clay County here, opening drive of the second half. They trail by 14. Winner wins the region and host all the way through until the final game of the season, which is held in Chattanooga.
Listen, there's 23 minutes and 57 seconds left in this game, but this is crucial for Clay County to do something with the football right now.
Trips out to the right here, Soto in the backfield with Adams. Adams has the shotgun snap, going to give to Soto. Jump cuts forward, now he rumbles and spins off a tackler to the 50 and the 45, and a first down and more. Soto rumbles for Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate first down. That's a fast start for Clay County. A little explosiveness for Aiden Soto, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 40.
And you can tell Clay County has turned up that intensity dial just about 4 notches.
That's something they had to be able to do there. 1st and 10 from the 40 coming here for the Bulldogs. 13 seconds into the third quarter. Adams goes over to Coach Lamb to get the play call. Now jogs back over. He'll send 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Gordonsville aligns. Now snap taken, going to run the option. Pitches it back to Soto. Soto trying to win the foot race. Big stiff arm off a helmet and a collision, and no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Once again, we're playing tackle football tonight. Maddox Randolph in there on the tackle. As helmet meets helmet.
Again, probably the 6th or 7th time we have seen a really good open field tackle by Gordonsville. Very secure tackling.
2nd and 10 upcoming here for the Bulldogs. This has been the area between the 40 and the 20 where they've stalled out on a bunch of drives through that second quarter. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Snap taken. Adams rolls to his right. Now steps up in the pocket. Jump pass downfield for Burchett, who goes up and makes the catch. Lance Burchett with a tremendous reception on the outside. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate first down, and Burchett is a bit slow to get up over there. hopefully just had the wind knocked out of him. Camrick Stott there on the tackle. We do not need any more injuries either way in this game. But Burchett is down and slow to get up. While the trainers tend to him, we'll take a quick break and come right back in 30 seconds.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. A welcome sight. A little bit hobbled, but Lance Burchett making the way off the field under his own power. Jay Foster's night is done tonight. We are sure of that, and hopefully he's going to be okay moving forward. But his night is done, so Gordonsville will be without their starting quarterback for the remainder of the evening. No update yet on Jamario Williams. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Both left the field, not putting any weight on their left legs after being rolled up on in the same play, a sack for the Bulldogs defense. 2 receivers to the left, one to the right for Nate Adams. 1st and 10, takes the snap, looking for the pump and go, fires into triple coverage, and it's intercepted! Oh no, he dropped it, didn't quite possess it through. A tremendous one-handed attempt by Hancock, and I think it bobbled when he hit the ground. But that would have been a SportsCenter top 10 pick. Instead, it's 2nd and 10.
Was it Garrett Wilson that had a catch like that last night?
Hey, by the way,
that's not
if
a
you
touchdown.
toe tap twice
1 foot
with the same foot,
no,
that's got to equal 2 feet. You toe tap it twice.
Not.
It should. I know it doesn't, but it should.
No, it shouldn't. Yeah.
If the ankle's going to count as a second foot, the same foot twice should count.
So if you get 20 toes, or you get 10 toes in,
exactly
you're good.
Right.
You're going to count it by toes.
Snap taken. Adams fires the quick hitter to Nolan Adams. Has to jump up to grab it. Now rotates around the left side and be grabbed from behind. Looked like that play was going to go nowhere. It ends up getting 3, and a 3rd and 7 play upcoming right in the area where Clay County has stalled all night long, trying to avoid it here.
I'll tell you one thing Clay County does that's tough on officials are a lot of passes right at the line of scrimmage with blockers downfield. I have not seen them throw beyond there, but that is really tough as an official to see where the catch is made and where the blocks are happening downfield.
Bruce Lamb knows he has 2 downs to play with here, with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Adams and company. Gordonsville shows blitz. They're bringing it off the edge. Adams rotates back. Now he's going to step up. He can run forever. To the 15, to the 10, where he's dragged down by the shoulder pads. Thought he was going to get in. Clay County wants a horse collar. They're not going to get it. And he's short of the line to gain. It's 4th and 3, and that's a great tackle made from behind if it wasn't a horse collar. And it's a huge play here for the Bulldogs offense.
And again, obviously Coach Lamb wants the call, but let's talk about that real quick. Certainly not. Here's the thing. 2 things have to happen is you have to reach inside the back of the jersey or the side of the jersey, but the tackle, he has to be pulled back. So if he's spinning forward, all bets are off. It's a legal play.
Certainly not.
I love Bruce.
Jeremy Tollison. I love that line. Here comes a blitz potentially from Gordonsville. 4th down and 3. Adams has a low snap, picks it up, fires the slant, no chance. Looking for Nolan Adams. It's incomplete. And again, the Tigers defense stands tall, and they will take over 1st and 10. From the 10-yard line, it's 1st and 10 Gordonsville. Clay County's gotten to the red zone several times tonight, and they leave empty-handed again.
And again, just a really good defensive stand by Gordonsville will be able to box that in. I'll tell you, really impressed with Gordonsville, their composure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their composure and their game plan, and things are just scripting out the way they wanted them to script out.
So it's Mason Cross's ball game. Also looks like it's going to be Turner Booker's ball game. Motion man across the line, snap taken. Going to flip it to him. He gets away from one tackler, and now That was dangerous for a moment. Clay County able to get him down after a gain of just a yard at 2nd and 9. He breaks that tackle. He's going 90 yards.
Exactly what I was about to say. He is a shoestring away from breaking that 90 yards.
Stott on the reception there. That was flipped forward, so it'll be a pass for a yard. 2nd and 9 here as time ticks away in the third quarter. Gordonsville looking for potentially the knockout punch here on the road. And if you're Clay County, you know a run is likely coming in some way, shape, or form. The question is, can you stop it? Snap taken, cross hands off to Booker. Booker tripped up at the line of scrimmage, maybe gets a yard, and a 3rd and 8 play upcoming here. Gordonsville's been sensational on 3rd downs tonight. Hayden Adams makes the tackle defensively.
A big play here for Clay County. Get the stop. Let's get this offense and just get your rhythm back that you had in the first couple of drives of the game.
3rd and 8, 7.5 upcoming here for the Tigers offense. Steven Jackson knows it's got to be a good play. They get it in. 11 in the box for Gordonsville. Snap taken, cross hands to Booker. Booker with blockers in front. There he goes. He's got the first down and more. Caught from behind, but not before a first down for Gordonsville on the gain of 18. Cole Eade saves the score. Everybody knows it's a run, and it doesn't matter. The Gordonsville offensive line controlling the game.
Again, most nights when it's 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, you're going to see something from the outside or downfield, but they've just had so much success running the ball on the inside gaps. I'd do it 64 more times.
1st and 10. Same formation, just loading up the box. Snap taken, gonna hand it off again, this time around the left side. Booker accelerates forward, he breaks the tackle, and he's got another first down. A gain of 12. And Turner Booker is rumbling. Salina defense struggling right now against the power running. Soto makes the tackle, but not before another first down for Gordonsville.
And right now, Gordonsville, obviously, the clock is going to be in your favor as well. You keep running the ball inside. This clock is just going to become your friend, and Clay's just going to run out of time.
At this rate, they're going to turn the entire quarter away, and they want to cap it with 7, and then you're out of drives if you're the opponent. And they are loading up the box again. Snap taken. Handoff this time to a new back, and nothing doing this time. Anthony Fuller, the junior, on the carry. Clay County ready for it. They make the stop at 2nd and 10. If you haven't already, you should be advertising with us. Look across our 2 pages right now. Just 2 games. We're in a small town, and we got a lot of people watching this one. There was 300 devices watching a 47-0 game over on UCR2 when I checked in at halftime.
That's for Jacob's golden voice, isn't it?
Don't tell him that. It's probably for Coach Shanks. Jacob doesn't need any bigger of an ego over there. His golf game already gives him that. 2nd and 10 here. Send a message to our Facebook page, though. You should be advertising with us. Stretch it around the left side. We've got a flag down. I think this is going backwards. Ball pops out, and he's down. So now, this is a decision for Bruce Lamb. An offense only running the ball. It's going to be a hold. You can go 2nd and 20. You can go 3rd and 10. Probably going to take the 2nd and 20.
He is.
So they will push it back on the hold. It'll be 2nd and 20 upcoming here for the Tigers. Where will we be next week? We have to wait and see where we will be next week. I know we'll be streaming several games across the Upper Cumberland. We will definitely be streaming Upperman against Signal Mountain, Red Bank against Loudon, or Red Bank against White County, Cookeville against Riverdale. We hope to be streaming up to 3 more games on top of that. That depends on sponsorships because the playoffs is very expensive in this state.
It's the best time of year, I'm telling you.
This month and then February.
Oh.
The best months in the year to do what we do. February into the first 2 weeks of March with basketball postseason and football postseason doesn't get any better.
I think that 3rd round semifinal of football and the semifinals of basketball
sensational.
To me, are the cream of the crop.
2nd and 20 upcoming here See if Gordonsville airs it out. Mason Cross can do it, but they've been mashing forward in the run game. Going to try again with Booker, and the Turf Monster got him. He'll be taken down, and a late hit against Clay County, I believe, is going to be 15 more the other way. I'm not positive on this, but a Bulldog went down on top of the pile after Booker had hit the ground. And I'm wrong. He may have been pushed. My apologies. Please save the comments. A Bulldog went down, and maybe he got pushed down. Possession, or pardon me, it goes against Gordonsville, and this is going to make it 3rd down. Oh, my goodness, where are we at right now?
We're in Kentucky. That's going to be somewhere in Kentucky.
3rd in Lexington?
Somewhere.
Yeah, we'll go 3rd in Lexington here for Gordonsville.
This could potentially be in Indiana.
It's actually 3rd and 35. Yeah, this is Jacob's hometown. We're going near Fort Wayne tonight on this one. If Gordonsville converts this one, we're going to put final score up on the board because they're going to win the football game. It's 3rd and 35. And it's still 22 in the box. Snap taken. Hand off to Booker. And he rumbles into the line and will be taken down. And for the first time, Gordonsville brings the punting unit onto the field. First time in a long time to kick it away. Nolan Adams will go back deep to receive. And life for Clay County past the midway point here in the 3rd quarter. So for all the talk about how, this isn't your typical 1A game, a lot of passing, due to the injury circumstances, Gordonsville's turning it into your typical 1A game, keeping it on the ground.
Yeah, and for Clay County, obviously their halftime adjustments, they've brought more in the box. You see 10, sometimes 11 in the box. They're trying not to let this running game beat them tonight.
Nolan Adams is a dangerous kick returner. They may try to kick it away from him. He's standing just past midfield. Rugby-style kick blasted forward, and Adams going to have a chance. Fields it at the 45-yard line. He's to the other 45, to the 40, and out of bounds at the 35. Best field position since the opening drive for Clay County. 1st and 10 Bulldogs on the 35 in desperate need of a score.
Yeah, Gordonsville, you hear them throwing a fit on the sideline. They wanted a hold there on Nate Adams.
Adams had that block of the gunner on the right side and got the better of him. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And this drive is probably the game.
Yep.
At the end of the day, you punch it in, you're back in. You don't score here. Like you said a minute ago, you're going to run out of possessions.
Nate Adams at receiver. Nolan Adams in the backfield. Wildcat here for the Bulldogs. Low snap. Nolan has it. Goes around the left side. Now accelerates to the 30. Spins off a tackler. Nolan Adams to the outside. And this one's coming back. The very definition of a blindside block leveled on the edge takes away a 1st down. Hancock's okay. Nate Adams got his money's worth on that one, but that is the literal, put it on the teach tape for what a blindside block is. This is going to be 15 the other direction.
How many flags do we have?
We've had a bunch. And that one is
on that one play.
Yeah, there was every official on the field threw one. You almost threw one up here in a flashback. I almost threw one.
I promise you I could throw it that far.
I don't doubt it. I think the question is, could you bullseye it on the down marker over there or not?
Pretty impressive.
That would be pretty good if you could do that. So now it's 1st and 15 for Clay County.
It was downfield, so it's going to be 1st.
And they're going to stay in the Wildcat here.
5.
Nolan Adams at quarterback. Takes the snap. Going to go around the right side. Cuts it up to the 35 and down. Well defended by the Tigers defense. It'll be 2nd down and 13 for the Bulldogs. So trying to generate some sort of offense is Clay County, an offense that has been so dominant this year and has just gone stagnant over the last 2 quarters of play. They entered tonight as one of the best offenses in the classification, scoring 33.5 points per game, allowing just 11.5. Snap taken. Nolan Adams is going to throw it, and he finds Nate Adams downfield. It's Adams to Adams, just flipped the first names for a gain of 18. And it's a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 1st down for the Dogs to the 20-yard line.
I believe Clay County thinks that Nate Adams is such an athlete
100%.
that on the outside.
And Coach Lamb wouldn't mind me saying this. Talked to him yesterday on the phone. He said, Nate would be the best receiver in this classification.
Wow.
We just play him at quarterback. Well, he's playing receiver now, and Nolan's playing quarterback. Nate's the only receiver on the field. Nolan's going to keep it this time around the left side. Stutter steps, trying to get to the line of scrimmage, and he'll be put down a yard behind there. Or it'll be second down and 11, and it's chippy down there. Some extracurricular words and little nudges, let's say. This has been the bugaboo so far for Clay County. To this spot on the field, and then nothing from there. The red zone defense been great so far for the Tigers, and it's getting late in a hurry now. 2:40 to go in the third quarter.
And you expect something in the air to Nate Adams. They've got single coverage. Safety's not playing tight over there. Nate Adams is going to win a one-on-one matchup 9 out of 10 times.
Trying to put the best athlete on the edge. Nate Adams playing wide receiver. Nolan Adams at quarterback.
Safety help.
Nolan takes the snap, carrying around the right side. Now he accelerates past the 20. Cavalry arrives, and he's down to the 16. It's going to be a 3rd and 6 here for Clay County. Again, 4-down territory as we near 2 minutes to play in the third. And that's Will George, the senior defensive lineman, who makes the tackle on Nolan Adams.
Gordonsville did make an adjustment on that play by having safety help and playing press coverage against Nate Adams.
If it's 55 degrees,
it's not.
I will cry.
Maybe in Fort Lauderdale.
Same formation. Snap taken. Nolan Adams. He's going to fire it down the field, and it's incomplete. Looking for the quick hitter to Reese Adams. Comes up empty, and now it's 4th and 6.
Listen, if I'm Clay County, I'm throwing the ball to Nate Adams.
Yeah, to me, that's the point of having him at receiver.
Absolutely. You're wasting him if you're not going to his side. Something.
You're about to see him at quarterback, I believe, here, as he's going to get the play call.
Bring it into play. But if Nate Adams is playing receiver, it's got to be something at the sticks. He's going to be able to box his defender out. He's just such a great athlete.
Well, and, Nolan Adams running the football out of that quarterback spot makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And now, big here, timeout called by Clay County.
Yeah.
Down 2 scores.
You don't like it for the time because you want to save your timeouts. However, we know how crucial this play is.
Stick around post-game for the Real Estate Collective post-game show. We'll have the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. And we will also have an interview with Hallie Ledbetter in the winning coach post-game here tonight. And then, after we get home from Salina, we'll have the Friday Night End Zone show. We have the bracket in hand at the conclusion of tonight's games. We will get our first look at it. We'll talk about all these games from tonight and last night. Jacob and myself will recap all the action. We'll have special guests call in as well. And we may make it till tomorrow like we did last week. A ton of people were watching last week. We appreciate it. That's why we do it late at night on a Friday night. We hope you'll join us again tonight. If you haven't already, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Put the thumbs up button. If you're watching on Facebook, be one of the 42,000 plus who have followed our main UCR Facebook page. Like the stream and comment along with us tonight. We're happy to be here. And now, 4th and 6, traditional set. 3 receivers to the left for Nate Adams at quarterback. Aiden Soto in the backfield with him. Gordonsville shows blitz. And this is going to be interesting. Movement both ways. Gordonsville kind of raced up, and the guard jumped for Clay.
I believe it's going to be against defense.
We're going to find out. This is interesting because as long as they don't go up to the line, right, and simulate the snap, they're okay. But then they went forward, right, the defense. We'll see. And it is against the defense. Turns it into a 4th and 1. I think that's the right call, Jeremy.
I believe it is too. Now, for the record, I knew who they were calling it on by a little thing that the officials do, so I kind of cheated a little bit. However, I also think it's the correct call.
Now it's 4th and 1, and you got whatever you want to go to. If you're Bruce Lamb, Aiden Soto coming back onto the field. Worm Smith, the big senior, onto the field as well.
Put that on the list.
And he comes out. Soto comes out. Smith goes in, and I –
put that on the all-name list,
you may
please.
suspect that he's about to get the football here. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. 4th down and 1. Gordonsville anticipating run. Hard count, and they got him again. The senior, Nate Adams, got him twice and leads to the 1st down for Clay County. That one was textbook. Go up, get the cadence working, and take your 5 yards, and now it's 1st and goal from the 6.
As much as we've talked about Gordonsville just really playing headsy, solid football, that's 2 plays that we just haven't seen from them tonight.
1:35 to go, and if this turns into a 1-score game with as hampered injury-wise as Gordonsville is, it's going to get very interesting. Adams has a low snap. He's keeping it himself, now fires it, and that's just throwing it away. The read wasn't there, so Adams lives to play another down. And the clock's still running, and now it's done at 1:30, which is fine with me because it is cold out here.
It is cold, and I checked a moment ago, and it said it was 52. There's zero chance that. Now, they talk about the rule change 2 years ago about allowing the quarterback to throw it away outside the tackle box, beyond the line of scrimmage. Great rule change for high school football.
I'm not sure how Hallie found and goal, but nicely done on the scoreboard. She's killing it tonight. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And you get to see her be the sideline reporter that she is coming up a little bit later on. And that was a false start and a half. Reese Adams was in the end zone when the ball came out to Nate Adams, so that'll back him up 5 yards and make it 2nd and goal from the 11.
That's definitely smart play if they don't catch it.
So that'll back him up. Nate Adams wants the explanation, but that one was pretty clear up here. he got himself a little bit of a head start down there.
This isn't the Canadian Football League.
Even there, you can't. You got to be behind the line of scrimmage when they snap it, running forward. 2nd and goal from the 11. And Clay County's going to be desperate to get into the end zone here. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Adams has the snap. Flips back. Nolan Adams has it somehow. Adams to the 10 and is cut down. I'm not sure how Nolan Adams came up with that, but it didn't get very much. Maybe a yard, and it's 3rd and goal from the 10.
Yeah, again, they had a sweep to the left, and Adams cuts underneath there and gets that pitch. Great play call. Just could not find the edge. Again, just good sound defense by Gordonsville.
And you can see Bruce Lamb's trying to find the button to break through this brick wall that has been the Gordonsville defense over the last 2 complete quarters. 2 to the left, 1 to the right on 3rd and goal from the 10. Adams with the snap. Goes to the left, fires to Burchett, makes the catch. Lance Burchett powering forward, touchdown Clay County. Adams to Burchett, and the Dogs are within a score. It's a 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles touchdown, the 3rd passing touchdown of the night, 32nd of the season for Nate Adams.
It's Madden numbers. That is absolute Madden football numbers.
They've played 9 games in 3 quarters, and he has 32 touchdowns through the air.
In single A football.
Hernandez on to kick the extra point. Snap, set, kick, good. 40 seconds to go in the 3rd. It's 28-21. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present this deal of the week. 2139 Austin Bottom Road in Baxter features 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms with a large metal frame storage building on over 7.7 acres near Center Hill Lake. Call Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145 to view this beautiful property today. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. We got ourselves a ball game. 28-21 our score. Gordonsville with the lead. Clay County coming off the score. And the Dogs are going to kick it away to the Tigers coming up here. And the Clay County team already without Bryson Grisham tonight. They're starting tailback entering the season. Jamario Williams and Jay Foster both leave on the same play with left leg injuries. Both their nights are done. They have Mason Cross, who's playing a lot of quarterback. They've got Turner Booker out there, who's running well, but It has not been as easy in this third quarter as it was in the second for Gordonsville to generate offense, and Clay County finally breaks through. It took a while. They started that drive on the 35 with great field position, but they do get it in on the touchdown from Nate Adams to Lance Burchett.
It's been, 2.5 quarters since they scored?
It has been. They scored 2 touchdowns within the first 4 minutes of the game. As this pooch kick's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line, now looking for the return. Finding space, look out to the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 30, 20, and being caught from behind and ripped down by Soto. Dalton Hancock gives Gordonsville the momentum back with 29 seconds to go in the quarter. All the way down to the 12-yard line. Soto able to hawk him down, but not before giving an injury-riddled offense tremendous field position as they're in the Twin Lakes Catfish Farm red zone. How quickly things can change. Clay County looked like they were poised to maybe really get back into it, and now Gordonsville's on the doorstep.
At minimum, momentum.
Absolutely.
Just completely shifted twice in the last 3 seconds of game time.
So now Cross will lead his troops out. He's got Booker with him in the backfield, and they're trying to power this thing in. It has been run left, run right, run down the middle for Gordonsville here. Hands off to Booker. Booker with a hold to rumble through past the 5 and pushes forward. Near the first down marker, he's got the first down. It'll be first and goal from the 2, 22 seconds to go. And it won't surprise me if Gordonsville tries to punch it in right here before the end of the quarter.
They're going.
They're not. They're going to take the fourth quarter and try to hype up their fans. We'll have the finish in the Region 4 Single A Championship game when we come back. A Tiger who is going off the field celebrating, and I think it's just a cramp. Okay, good. He's being stretched out down there. As I was saying, we'll have – the clock has stopped at 4 seconds. Will it run, Jeremy?
As soon as
okay, then we're going to take a break. He's getting stretched out down there on the field, and we will have the finish to the Region 4 Single A Championship game when we come back. After 3, it's Gordonsville 28, Clay County 21. Tigers threatening the high school football game of the week, presented by Watson Chevy on the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality Family of Services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Can I use your shower again? I can't find anyone to fix it over the weekend.
Yeah, but you should have just called my guy. Hey, Greg.
What's up, Luke?
Can you fix a shower today?
Absolutely.
Even on Sunday?
Of course. No one should go without water. That's why we're here for you. 24/7, 365.
You look ridiculous.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Great atmosphere. The cheerleaders firing footballs tonight. It's going to be first and goal for Gordonsville. Clay County goes in and scores. And a huge kickoff return for Dalton Hancock says, forget about that. Now they're on the doorstep with a power running football team tonight. And they'll look to finish it off here and take a 2-score lead again. Noah McKay joined by Jeremy Tollison. Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline and running the scoreboard. Madison McKay producing things on camera for us tonight. Hallie will be joined by the winning coach postgame during the Real Estate Collective postgame show. Steven Jackson hopes it's him. And a play here that gets into the end zone could go a long way towards ensuring that. Second and goal here for the Tigers. First and goal for the Tigers. Low snap to Cross. He has it. Hands to Booker, who powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Gordonsville. One play into the fourth quarter. They go back out in front by 2 scores on a 2-yard touchdown rush by Tanner Booker.
And again, what we've seen all night, Gordonsville just goes back to their bread and butter, just a run up the gut and again find success.
The mismatch on paper tonight for Gordonsville was in the trenches. They have shown it so far. Clay County trying to show their mismatch on the outside on this ensuing drive. Extra point unit on here. High snap, hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 11:57 to go in the ball game. Gordonsville back out in front, 35-21 with a Region 4 single A title on the line. Join us Thursday night from the rooftop of Fire and Vine live at 6:30 for the UCR football show. Jacob and myself will preview round 1 of the postseason. We'll predict the games as well. We'll go over the UC top 5. Could see some movement. It's going to see some movement. 35-21 the score here.
Who was the top 5 last week?
The top 5 last week was Upperman at 1. Mm-hmm. That will not change.
Okay.
Cookville at 2.
Okay.
That will not change.
Okay.
White County at 3.
Okay.
Macon County at 4.
Okay.
Clay County at 5. York right on the doorstep, and we had a fight, and a real fight, between Jacob and myself in particular on that 5 spot this week.
Okay.
So if Jacob's game ended, he could be expecting a text from me in about 3 minutes or so. As we always say, I don't care who wins. I just want to be right.
Fair. Hey, I have no issues with that.
Gavin Kemp on to kick this one away. He surveys both ways. Clay County could really use a big return. They're not going to let him do it by kicking it to Nolan Adams, and this will be just falling on it about the 39-yard line. And that's a wise decision for Cage Ashley, the sophomore. So
one thing you and I have talked about is Clay County trying and needing to attack a little more vertically. Really, I think attacking in the seams right now, it just feels like to me it's open. And Adams certainly has the arm strength to do it. And they've got to attack a little more vertically here. And the clock.
First and 10 from the 39-yard line. Trip set, low snap. Adams has it. Rolls to his right. Fires into the middle of the defense. Burchett makes the catch, and Lance Burchett to the 50 and down. That's going to be a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate first down.
And there we have a pass to one of the inside receivers vertically downfield.
And really, the arm strength of Adams so impressive. To be rotating away and fire it to the second level of the defense, just super impressive. Three to the left for Adams. Clay County going with a little tempo. Adams swivels the hips, fires against the grain, and the catch is made again. His favorite target tonight, Lance Burchett. A couple of big-time players. And this one's going to be a gain of 8, bring up 2nd and 2. Maddox Randolph has 87 tackles tonight. He makes another one there as we near 11 minutes to play in the ball game. Clay knows they're going to have to score quickly, especially considering how ball control this Gordonsville offense has been in the second half. 2nd and 2 as they break the huddle. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Adams has the snap, drops back, has time now, fires, looking deep downfield, looking for Reese Adams, and he makes the catch. Inside the 15-yard line, right down the seam. Adams to Adams again. This time it's Nate to Reese for a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate first down into the Twin Lakes Catfish Farm red zone. First and 10 from the 11, rather, here for Clay.
And again, attacking the seams, finding success there is going to open up the offense on the sidelines, the run game. It's what Clay County's kind of built on.
Trips, or two receivers rather, stacked to the right, one to the left. Adams takes the snap, play fake, they're bringing pressure. He fires, dangerous pass, and it's incomplete. Double covered, and he was looking for Reese Adams again. Falls harmlessly to the turf. Waylon Kennedy there defensively. And it'll be 2nd and 10 with 10:14 to go from the 11-yard line.
Speaking of Waylon Kennedy, the Waylon Kennedy from Jackson County is the one using my Vols tickets tomorrow.
Yeah, because you didn't call me.
Well, Waylon's a good dude. And
so I'm not?
No, you are. But
No.
And I've missed a couple of calls on him in the last year in basketball. Block charges.
I had to call those games that you missed. I had to call those
them.
games that you missed. Adams takes the snap, dropping back. Fires the quick hitter to Nolan Adams, who makes the catch and spins into the end zone. Touchdown, Clay County. The offenses have broken back out late in the ball game, and it's a one-score game again. The quick strike offense. 3 steps, fires it to Nolan Adams. 1 spin move, he's across the goal line. And now every extra point matters. Manny Hernandez back on here for another one. That drive took less than 2 minutes off the clock. Snap, set, kick,
extra point.
No good. Adams had to go out and reach for the snap, got it down, but it messed up the timing enough. And it goes no good wide left. Remember that later on in this game. And we're reminded of how this game or this matchup has ended outside of the 1 third-round playoff matchup 2 years ago. 2 years ago in this building, came down to a goal line stand for the Bulldogs defense. Last year in Gordonsville, the Tigers get the win in double overtime by 1 point with a 2-point conversion attempt. It has been that tight, and this one is formulating that it could be that tight again tonight.
And again, I have to give you credit. You're normally really good at picking the game of the week. And again, that's why we're here. This is, honestly, when you asked me to do this on the broadcast, this is why I agree to this.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really boils down to these great rivalries, these great matchups. And, I've refereed this game a handful of times, and now being on this side of it, this is why, how many people we got tuned in right now? This is why they're watching it.
Clark, I got you, my friend. As this is going to be an onside kick for Clay County. It'll be falling on for Gordonsville. And I'll tell you why they do that.
I know exactly why
they would love to have the football back, but you just took away 5 first downs that this Gordonsville offense could get to turn the clock away.
Brilliant.
So Gordonsville did a very nice job by the big man up front to grab it. That's Brent Angel, a senior, who falls on it. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers on the 42-yard line. Remember the last drive they had? They started on the 11, able to punch it in. This time going to have to drive it longer with no Jay Foster, with no Williams. Their starting backfield tonight out for the game. Both left on the same play with leg injuries. 1 receiver each way. Snap taken. Going to hand to Booker around the right side. He's been running like a freight train. And he'll be taking that after another really solid gain of 7 yards. 2nd and 3 upcoming here for the Tigers, who stay on schedule.
Yeah, great job staying in bounds there as well. Big for Gordonsville right now to keep the ball, try to keep the ball inside the hashes, definitely inside the out of bounds, and just keep this clock rolling. Let's remember Clay County used one of their timeouts already as well, so only having 2, if you can force them in the next 5 or 6 minutes to have to start burning timeouts, it's going to work against them.
And Gordonsville's in no hurry. They wait till there's 12 seconds on the play clock to even bring the play in. 1 receiver each way. Snap taken. Going to hand off again to Booker. This time gets hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. The ball is out. Clay County says they have it, and they do. The turnover the Bulldogs were searching for, and they retain possession on the fumble. And a couple of Tigers are slow to get up again. The injuries really taking their toll, but a big hit leveled in the gap, and it leads to a Clay County first down. They'll have the football when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is proud to present this brand new home on Charles Golden Road in Sparta. Featuring 2 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, this house in the Cumberland View subdivision could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Turner Booker back on his feet, thankfully. Another back hurt. The quarterback out. Jay Foster, running back Jamario Williams out. Booker walking off the field under his own power. Hopefully he's okay, but a fumble forced by the Bulldogs defense. They got a chance to go tie the game. 1st and 10 on the 50 with 9:26 to play here in the ball game.
And last drive, obviously, Clay County found some success attacking the middle of the football in the passing game, and we're going to see more of that.
Trips to the right. Snap taken for Nate Adams. He's got 3 passing touchdowns tonight. He throws one downfield, and Burchett makes the catch. Cuts upfield to the 25. Lance Burchett to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Adams to Burchett again. 50-yard strike, and they'll leave the offense on the field to try and tie the game. What a throw down the middle of the field, and then Lance Burchett run after the catch. And Bruce Lamb's trying to get the offense ready. He knows they can't burn another timeout. This is a huge play in the region, and if you're Gordonsville, you got to sell out to get this stop with all the injuries that have tallied up with your top skill position players.
And what we've seen from Clay in this is just attacking the short boundary here by tight end or running back.
Low snap. Adams has it. They give the reverse. Nolan Adams, the Philly special, finds Nate, and he's in for 2.
Or you can do that.
They bring out the Bulldogs special, and Nate Adams walks it in, and we are all tied up at 35 with 9:15 to go. And now the momentum back on the home sideline, and Bruce Lamb is firing his fans up. Gut check time for a Tigers team that's had to battle a lot of adversity tonight. But now the fumble, 1 play later the score, then the Philly special. It's an avalanche right now for the Dogs.
But the good news for Gordonsville here is this is what this team is built for. You know, long drives, what they've shown tonight. Now, they've passed the ball a little more this year than they normally do, but they've done a really good job running the ball. And it would not surprise me to see some successful runs here, try to eat this clock up, punch a score in late in this quarter. You don't want to give that Clay County offense the ball back, the one we've seen the last 2 drives.
Yeah, Gordonsville needs a 9-minute and 15-second drive
exactly.
in the ball game. It's just a lot easier said than done. And now we'll see how they approach this kickoff. They've just took one way back, then onside kicked another one. They onside kicked this one, and I think Gordonsville's on it, and they did get it. The Tigers get it. And so that's, again, the calculus of not wanting to give up any return. If you fall on it, great, but it gives Gordonsville an opportunity to not have to go 70, 80 yards on this drive where they try to regain the lead.
Going to be really anxious to see if Booker comes back out here on offense.
That's a great point. He walked off the field after the fumble, but after being tended to by the trainers. The WWE theme songs are incredible.
Well, I'm telling you
the
right
PA
now.
Announcer, whoever's running the music in here.
Clay, they are on point.
Awesome.
They are on point, and Booker is not out there.
Booker's not out there. Mason Cross is at quarterback. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off, and being tripped up at the line of scrimmage is Anthony Fuller. who's probably the next man up. That's his second carry of the night. He got one. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing we want to pay attention to here, there's dew now pretty heavy on the field, which I think caused him to slip there. And
seen it a couple of times in the second half. That could loom large. You can see the fog drifting across the field as well. Again, tie game, 35-35. What a game it's been. One receiver each way. Motion man across the line. Snap taken. Cross going to throw it. Fires into the flat. Tipped up into the air. It's intercepted. Nate Adams got it. And here he goes to the 50. 45-40. Nate Adams in a foot race. And he'll step out of bounds. The all-time leader in interceptions at Clay County High School. And the second all-time leader in interceptions in this state. His 31st career pick. And maybe none bigger than that.
We've got a flag on the play, but I think that's going to be holding during the return. Still be Clay County football, but we're going to back them up 10 yards.
The ball tips up into the air into the waiting arms of Nate Adams. Now a discussion among what the call is. I don't think we had the official signal yet, Jeremy. It's a personal foul, and it's against Gordonsville. So it's going to put them near or into the Twin Lakes Catfish Farm red zone. You know Gordonsville feels like they got to throw the football. They got to attempt it. It tips off the hands of the receiver, and to no surprise, Nate Adams is standing right there, ready to go the other way. One of the all-time great pick artists we've seen in the Upper Cumberland gets him another one, and now he's going to go out on offense looking for the go-ahead score in the fourth quarter on senior night in front of his home crowd, trying to win a region title and ensure at least one more. They're going to win next week by 1,000, so at least 2 more home games here in Salina.
Tell you what, and you mentioned it, but as impressive as his offensive stats are, 31 interceptions in a high school career. I don't know who is number one, and I don't know how many he has, but that is one of the most impressive stats I have heard in a long time.
1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Upcoming here for the Bulldogs. 8:23 to play. What a game it has been. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Adams takes the snap. Going to carry himself up the middle, and he takes off to the 20, to the 15, and he'll dart out of bounds near the 10. It's a Turner Roofing first down. We appreciate our friends at Turner Roofing for being one of our sponsors here at UCR. And it'll make it a 1st and, I guess, 10, but it's right on the 10-yard line. They're thinking about 6 with 8:17 to go. Don't forget, stick around during the Real Estate Collective post-game show. We'll go through the game, have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game, and Hallie will be joined by the winning coach, who's going to be feeling great with a region title in their back pocket. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Adams takes the snap, gives to Soto. Soto tries to cut it up. He'll be hitting the backfield, gets away, and Aiden Soto's to the end zone. Touchdown, Clay County. Aiden Soto hitting the backfield, gets away, and an 11-yard touchdown gives the Bulldogs the lead.
And that run, to me, the key to that run is really the momentum on both sides, okay? Clay County is feeling it. Gordonsville's feeling deflated, and you kind of saw that on how that play developed.
A 28-7 run here for Clay County. Extra point is up. The extra point is good. It's a 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles score. And the energy shift, and Hallie can probably speak to it better than we can, the energy shift here on the near sideline, very, very noticeable for the Bulldogs right now.
You heard Jeremy in the first quarter, I believe, say there's no noise coming from y'all's side. That is all I hear right now. I can barely hear you on my headset because of how crazy it's going on the sidelines right now. The coaches are fired up, the fans are fired up, and this is football. And, like, the energy that they're giving right now, it's crazy. It's so fun. It reminds me of Tennessee football right now.
It's Friday night in Salina, and the Bulldog faithful are feeling it. 8:09 to go in the ball game. Still time, but Gordonsville needs some magic. And the problem right now for Gordonsville, so hampered by injuries, right? Jay Foster, you'd love for him to give you a drop. Jamario Williams, Bryson Grisham, even Turner Booker came into the game running well, and they're all out right now.
It's unfortunate for Gordonsville that the shift is because of injuries. If those injuries don't happen, who knows how this game plays out. Probably a really happy Gordonsville sideline. But Clay County, they just have to play with the cards that they're dealt. Both sides do, and Clay County's taking advantage of 3 superstar athletes not being on the field.
Kickoff is away. It's another squib kick. It's rolling around. It's still free, and the Tigers going to fall on it on the 35 with 8:07 to go. 42-35 our score.
And what Gordonsville needs to do here is lean on what got them in this ball game and leading the ball game, and that's the offensive line. I think it's gut check time for the offensive line to create some holes that the running backs can run through, and this drives the ball game.
And Clay County now is teeing off. They are slanting inside on every play to try and take away those interior running lanes. And still no Booker, so his day may be done. You're talking about the top 4 offensive options for Gordonsville, all out of the football game. Mason Cross, the quarterback, going to have to make some magic. Takes the snap, going to turn and flip it. And going in the wrong direction is Dalton Hancock. Nothing doing as they try and razzle-dazzle, a loss of 6. It's 2nd and 16. And if you wondered if momentum is real in high school sports, Exhibit A through Z, right here, right now. Everything was going right for Gordonsville, nothing for Clay. Now you flip it, everything going right for the Dogs. Doesn't feel as cold down there if you're in black and gold.
Well, it feels cold up
everybody's happy.
here.
Yeah, no, we're not wearing black and gold, so it's very cold for us.
And it's not 52 degrees. Google weather.
I can see my breath. Snap taken, dropping back his cross, being pressured, fires the screen, and it's incomplete. Fuller tried to put his foot in the ground, and it slipped out from under him. It's 3rd and 16 with 7:12 to play.
Yeah, Gordonsville obviously needs to be careful. I mean, there's linemen downfield on that play. The ball's beyond the line of scrimmage. Don't do anything extra to shoot yourself in the foot.
And the crowd making a lot of noise here tonight. It may not be the biggest grandstand in the world, but they are making their presence known with the Undertaker music blaring out over the loudspeaker.
Can we bring this PA, this
everywhere,
music guy with us on the road? UCR
16.
needs a music guy.
Snap taken. Cross rolling out, trying to reverse back the other way, and it's way up into the air, and he's crunched. No chance for Dalton Hancock. And guess who brought him down? Nate Adams with the stuff. And Gordonsville's got no choice. They got to punt it with under 7 minutes to go.
Well, and Gordonsville's lucky there that that's not pickoff number 32, and that's a pick 6. I'll tell you, the ball floated. Adams is a half a second late, or he's in the end zone.
Nolan Adams back deep to receive the kick as Clay County's looking for the knockout blow. Gordonsville led by 2 scores at halftime. It was 28-14. Now 42-35. Clay with the lead and about to have the ball. See if they try to set up the return or come after him. They're looking for the return. Punt is away. Deep one, and they get it away from Adams. He ranges back, thinks about it, and he's not going to do it. It'll stop at the 25-yard line. But he didn't want to get chewed out on the sideline either.
Bruce Lamb wouldn't chew anybody out.
6:12 to go in the ball game. Gordonsville has all 3 timeouts, trailing by 7. Reminder, Goose is here tonight. This highlight reel is going to be ridiculous. Coming to the website tomorrow or Sunday. You have to understand, as I begin to lose my voice in game number 2 in 14-degree weather, we have a policy at UCR, which is you are not working during Tennessee games, so maybe Sunday morning. But
That's a
First
great
and 10
policy.
here.
Can you work during an Alabama game?
You actually have to. That's where you
another,
make it up.
Another great policy.
Back into the Wildcat here. Nolan Adams around the right side, looking to stretch the field. He's got 3 Tigers looking at him, and he'll be escorted out of bounds, and that's a good thing for Gordonsville as Adams goes into the chain link fence because that will stop the clock with 6:04 to go. Gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, obviously, if you're Clay, you want to stay in bounds there and keep this clock running, keep that momentum on your side.
So they spot it back to the 26. So it'll actually be 2nd and 9 here. Time stops as he goes out of bounds with 6:04 to go. I love being this close. We hear so many more things than we usually do.
That's not the first time I've heard Bobby and Bruce
Nate
yell at
Adams
each other.
go out wide to the left. Nolan in the gun. He takes the snap. Going to keep it himself. Nolan trying to bounce it. Tries to reverse field in the. Again, we've seen both teams now struggling with the moisture on the field. And now Gordonsville going to sell out to get a stop. It's 3rd down and 14 with 5:50 and counting to go. And you're probably going to see back in a traditional set potentially with Nate Adams back at quarterback.
Yeah, if you're Clay County, you obviously want the clock to run, but you're only up 7.
Right.
It's not like if you're up 14, I think you can do this. You have had so much success attacking the last couple of drives. Attack.
Well, important to remember, when Foster and Williams go out of the game, that's 2 of your best secondary defenders.
Absolutely.
And how good that secondary was early in the game. You're missing your lockdown defensive back in the form of Jay Foster. It has been felt. Trip set, 3 to the right. Adams with the snap, rolling to his right, has time, steps up and fires. Burchett makes the catch, and what a juke for Lance Burchett! 1st down, Bulldogs. The human joystick, Lance Burchett moves the sticks on a Turner Roofing 1st down. Anthony Fuller with the tackle, but that was sick.
Absolutely, and 1st down, inbounds, clock's running, everything correct and right on that play. And the PA guy is killing me. I love it.
The ball was caught about 8 yards short of the line to gain. There's a man in front, and it didn't matter. Burchett on a wet field able to Michael Jackson himself and then get down the field.
Please don't do that again.
No, I'm going to do it all the time. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Snap taken. Handoff goes to Soto, and Gordonsville ripping at the football. He can't quite get it out. And Spencer Pipes is in there defensively. Aiden Soto gets forward for a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. And now time becoming a big factor. Nearing 4 minutes to play at a certain point. Steven Jackson's going to have to burn those timeouts. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, share the stream. We've got a 1-score game late in the 4th quarter with a region title on the line. Every other game in the Upper Cumberland is done. So hit that share button and come watch the game with us. Stick around postgame or the Rico postgame show.
Yeah, I've got fog on my cell phone. So
yeah,
yes,
all this equipment, thank God, is still online considering the moisture. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Soto in the backfield. Adams, play fix, and it pops out of his hands, and he's able to grab it. Nearly a disaster for the Bulldogs as the ball popped up, and they're going to change that football out. He went to throw it, and it was no longer in his hands. He was able to grab it back, and now it's 3rd in the game for the Tigers defense. 3rd and 16. Clay County has to get all the way down to their own 48-yard line to convert here. Make it 3rd and 15. After they respotted it just a bit, it'll be under 3 minutes to go at the conclusion of this play for an offense, if Gordonsville even gets it back, that is not designed anymore to go quickly down the field.
If I'm Gordonsville's defense, I've got 6 people on Burchett.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Nate Adams. And now we got a whistle and a stoppage. Bruce Lamb wants to talk about it. 2nd timeout taken by the Bulldogs here in this quarter. Join us later on tonight for our End Zone show. We'll talk about this game, all the other games from tonight and last night, and get our first look at the playoff bracket. Give some quick thoughts on that. Live on the UCR Facebook page later on this evening. Thursday night, the UCR football show from the Rooftop of Fire and Vine, 6:30 p.m. Myself and Jacob will talk about round 1 of the postseason, predict the games. Have the UC top 5 as well. The arguments have already begun in our text chat. It's going to be a fun one tonight. And Thursday night, you can get a preview of it later on. I promise you're not going to want to miss it. And next Friday night, playoff football all across the Upper Cumberland. I saw one comment earlier asking about sponsorships. I will respond to you as soon as I get an opportunity. If you want to be a sponsor or an advertiser on our live streams, you should be. Send us a message. If you own a business, no reason to not be. We'll get you pointed in the right direction.
Tell you, the card shop we own is, and we get feedback all the time of people that hear us on air. So, personal success story. I'm telling you, your business is going to be heard, and people are going to know.
3rd and 15 here. Adams in the gun. Takes a low snap. It skips, but he has it cleanly. Rolls to his left. Swivels and fires deep downfield, and it's just past the outstretched arms of the intended receiver down the field. It's 4th and 15. That stops the clock as he was looking downfield for Waylon Cherry. So Gordonsville maintains all 3 timeouts. 2:45 to go. Clay County's going to punt it, and we're going to have a drive to see if the Tigers can tie. And by tie, I mean win, because they're going to go for 2, I would strongly suspect, if they go down the field and score here. Also pressure on the punter here, probably to try and kick it out of bounds, I would imagine. You do not want to kick it to the very dangerous Dalton Hancock. It is a big kickoff return tonight. A punt is away. It's Nate Adams, and he puts it way up into the air. A really good punt.
Stay away from it. Let as much clock run as possible.
Trickles over, and they'll smack it down at about the 37-yard line. Here's the situation. 2:33 to play. Gordonsville with all 3 timeouts. They trail by 7. Winner wins Region 4 Single A and host all the way through as long as they're playing until the state championship game.
The good thing for Gordonsville is they don't have to change anything. You've got 3 timeouts. 2.5 minutes may not seem like much, but in high school where we're stopping the clock after first downs, you have time. You don't have to just go completely away from what you plan on doing.
It's fun to watch the team work. Goose and Hallie down there. Goose can't hear me in his ear, but see how these cinematic highlight reels come together. Hallie running the scoreboard. You got a good group. 1 receiver out to the right. Mason Cross, the quarterback, with the snap. He's going to throw. Rolls to his right. Receiver wants it. Looking for the wheel. Instead, in the middle of the field, receiver makes the catch. Underneath, it's Spencer Pipes, and they're inside the 40. It's a Turner Roofing first down. Nate Adams makes the tackle. I thought they were going to the back on the wheel. Instead, it was in the middle of the field, and Pipes was open for the reception.
Was that 19? It looked like Johnny Unitas. It did. I thought it was Johnny Unitas down there catching a pass.
Especially with those uniforms they've got. They're going quick now, 1st and 10. Gordonsville with plenty of time and 3 timeouts. Low snap, gets away. Cross races back and just eats it. Gigantic negative play. A loss of 15. It'll be 2nd and 25, and Steven Jackson wants to kill it right there and talk about it.
It stinks. That's the double whammy for you there. You get a big negative play, and you have to burn a timeout. Just crucial double whammy.
And Cross does the right thing to fall on it. If he could have got a hand on it, he could have made something happen, because it went so far backwards that no Bulldog was within sight. But that's what you're taught to do. You just fall on it if you're the quarterback. And Rocky Top now blaring, which
it's the best song of the night.
Should be the national anthem, if we're being honest.
I have zero issue with that either.
I may start singing, so just prepare yourselves, everybody. I don't want to get copyright struck by Facebook, though. So it's going to be 2nd and 25, back on the 45-yard line. You erased the big play, and now you're way behind the sticks.
Yeah, Clay County, just 2 more stops here. And if they can get these 2 stops, they can put a stamp on it and deliver this region championship and keep it here in Salina.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. And for Gordonsville, when you consider all the injuries, they really need to win this game. Avoid South Pittsburgh for an extra round. Hard count. Cross now has it, dropping back to pass. Being pressured. Fires. Jump ball. And he makes the catch still on his feet. Look out. And getting out of bounds, Camrick Stott. What a throw in there for Mason Cross. Under fire. They get all those negative yards back and make it 3rd and 9 with 1:47 to go. He gets out of bounds. That stops the clock.
One thing there on the tackle by Nate Adams, unfortunately probably a bad thing because of the way the rules are written, because you can't tee off on that
Right,
receiver there.
right.
So, honestly, I think he's trying not to get a penalty and pulls back a little bit, and it kind of bites him.
10 years ago, that's a
absolutely
bone-jarring hit.
Absolutely. And that's just a bad side effect of the rule.
Trips to the right here, 3rd and 9. Snap taken. Cross dropping back again. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to tuck it. Cross gets hit and cut down, and now it's 4th in the game. 4th and 7 here. Steven Jackson knows it's got to be a good play. He'll burn the timeout. Worm Smith with the tackle. It's 4th down and 8 with 1:37 to go, and because of that timeout, this is for the game. Clay County can nearly take knees if they're able to get off the field here. And this is where you have to be cognizant offensively of where number 12 is on the defensive side of the football. Great crowd tuning in online. We welcome each and every one of you into Salina. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jeremy Tollison. Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline. Madison McKay here. Michael Lindsay with coverage down on the field as well. Game of the Week crew is here. We roll in, and we appreciate Coach Edwards for having us up here tonight. We shout out our friends at the Dale Hollow Horizon. They do a great job streaming every Clay County football game, basketball game, a bunch of baseball and softball as well. The guys there, good friends of ours. They do a really nice job here in the backyard in Salina. Really cool when we go here and they give us stat sheets and all sorts of stuff. Here's a 4th down and 8. Region title on the line. 3 receivers set for Mason Cross. All of them to the right. Cross has the snap. Dropping back with time. Steps up. Fires the jump ball. And it's intercepted. Nolan Adams picks it off. We've got a flag down. We'll wait and see what it is, but it's after the pick. And Clay County's on the doorstep of a region championship.
Yeah, I believe that flag's going to be against Gordonsville. Face mask, I believe.
Nolan Adams camps out under the jump ball and intercepts it. And it's going to be a party in Salina. It is a face mask against the Tigers. And Clay County can put their knee on the ground 3 times and celebrate our region championship. What a football game tonight. So many storylines. Unfortunate storylines with injuries. Great plays by both teams. But it's the Bulldogs closing on their 5th victory in a row, and none bigger than this. Timeout on the field. I believe it's taken by Clay County. It is. So they'll have 1 left. And so mathematically, 1 timeout left. 1:20 is when they couldn't get it, but those plays take longer than 1 second. So you can take a knee, and that would do it. But last week we saw, and some teams put it at risk by running the football, which is not a wise decision. We'll see what happens here. Don't forget, Real Estate Collective Postgame Show coming up next. Hallie will be joined by the winning coach when they break the huddle. We got the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. I imagine we're going to be on the same page tonight.
We are, and I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to pick between these 26 kids with the last name of Adams.
Well, the one you're going to pick, I'm about to go home and get on the computer and vote for him for Mr. Football. And he's showing why tonight.
I mean, the only thing he has not done tonight was bring us hot chocolate. That's it. That's the only thing he's not done tonight.
1st and 10, 1:23 to go. And the Bulldogs can go into victory formation. And they will.
You know, we want to be careful. The football's wet, so minimize that.
Adams puts his foot on the ground. No timeout from Coach Jackson. And now mathematically, they can't stop it enough.
One thing I appreciate about Adams there, and I'll tell you another bad spot an official gets in victory formation when a quarterback takes the ball and he stands there and he waits and waits and waits and waits to put his knee down.
And now Coach Jackson will burn his last timeout. And on a night like tonight, with the way the ball has been wet, and there have been perfect snaps all night, makes all the sense in the world, but they can't stop it again. Clay County will have to snap it 2 more times, and then they can celebrate as they're playing swag surf. And the kids over to our left are really getting into it, and the adults are wondering what in the world is going on with this song.
You know, it's funny. I'm 48. How old are you, Noah?
26.
I have no idea what swag surf is.
You do slow here. Ready? You go like this. You go slow, and then they pick up the beat.
Do they pick
it
up?
You go fast.
Oh, my goodness.
And you go like that. Just like that.
Oh, it's amazing.
See, but you feel that?
No, I get it.
So like Neyland Stadium, you get 100,000 people swag surfing. Just like
swag
that.
Surf.
Yeah, you do swag
okay,
surf.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins talked about that for the Falcons. He learned how to swag surf. 1:07 to go. We're learning things tonight. Adams takes the snap, puts his knee on the ground. They have to do it one more time, and Clay County can party tonight. This game had a little bit of everything. Ferocious start offensively for both teams. The middle segment got a little bit stagnant, particularly for Clay County offensively, but they came on with a vengeance in the fourth quarter. Remember, the first play of this quarter was a touchdown for Gordonsville to take a 14-point lead, and after that, it was all Clay County.
It's like Clay County's offense on bookends, on each side of the game.
There's the snap. Adams puts his knee on the ground. The road to Chattanooga rolls through Salina. The Clay County Bulldogs are the Region 4 Single A champions. Your final score, Clay County 42, Gordonsville 35, and the party's on as the student section rushes the field. A gutsy effort tonight by both teams, but it's the home team tonight that stands tall. The Bulldogs get it done and win their 5th game in a row. We welcome you to the Real Estate Collective post-game show. We appreciate the Real Estate Collective for being one of our all-inclusive sponsors here at UCR. You see them on every single thing that we do. Jeremy, tremendous football game tonight between these two very good single-A teams. Several storylines to get to. The explosiveness of Clay County's offense. You have to mention the injuries that have ravaged the Gordonsville offense before tonight, and especially tonight. But in the end of the day, it's Clay County's night to celebrate.
It is, and like you said, many storylines. For Gordonsville, when the injuries happen, you could just feel the shift. But Clay County took advantage of it, and Clay County grabbed the game, took control, and are walking away region champions.
Once again, Hallie Ledbetter will be joined by Bruce Lamb post-game. Hallie and Bruce Lamb have known each other for a long time. That'll be an interesting conversation. You won't want to miss that. Bruce Lamb, no shortage of comments. But a lot of options for this one, but I'm sure we're on the same page. It's time for the Nelson
Adams
Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Tonight, Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, our longest-running all-inclusive sponsor, located on Circle Drive in All Good. Mark and his team do a tremendous job. Now, we complain about the cold, so my hands are freezing. You know what's not? My entire upper body, because of these very nice quarter zips, courtesy of our friends at Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing. It is time for the player of the game. You already spoiled it, but go ahead and give us the reason why it's Nate Adams tonight.
At the end of the day, and again, I've seen him play in person a couple times. This is the first time I've really paid attention to him, but he is exactly what I would refer to as a Swiss Army knife football player. It's just a little bit of everything. He can defend, throw the ball, run the ball. Like I said, the only thing he didn't do tonight was bring me and you hot chocolate, and, I'm kind of upset about that, but we'll get over it. But great performance, all-around performance, and 31 interceptions, over 2,000 yards passing, and 31 interceptions in a career.
32 passing touchdowns after tonight. Make it 33 passing touchdowns after tonight. A bona fide Mr. Football candidate. It's a regular season award. I'd like for you to show me the player who deserves it more.
What I was going to say, don't you dare think that there's somebody more deserving.
He will be getting UCR's vote. And then it'll go to the shadow committee, and we'll see who they pick.
It's unfortunate that some of the smaller schools, especially in our area, get overlooked for these type of awards because we're not in a big metro area or – for other different reasons, but this kid deserves it, period.
And he showed it off tonight. Nate Adams, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. A couple other players you got to mention. Lance Burchett was sensational tonight, catching the football. Nolan Adams had a very good game. And also, you can't let it go the other way. Gordonsville season's not done. They're going to host a team and be a big favorite next week despite the injuries. The injuries, though, are a very real factor. Gordonsville was in control of this football game tonight, and on the same play, they lose their backfield. Jay Foster gets sacked. He's gone. Jamario Williams, he gets rolled up on in that play. He's out for the game. and they were able to move the ball a little bit after that, but eventually, being that one-dimensional, came back to bite them. I'm not saying Clay County doesn't deserve to win the football game.
Of course
they did. But the injury is a huge factor for Gordonsville, and that's going to be a huge factor looking forward for the Tigers.
It will, and we don't know what those injuries look like long term, but the way that they laid down, it's more than a cramp. It's more than getting the wind knocked out of you. So we'll let Gordonsville, let the doctors look at this and see what they determine and go from there. But obviously, if they miss any time past tonight, just a huge blow for Gordonsville.
Gordonsville falls to 6-4, 2-1 in the region play on the regular season, and they will face off against Chattanooga Prep at home, Turney Ford Field, next Friday night at 7 o'clock. For Clay County, they ran out the regular season 8-2, 3-0 in the region. They are the region champions, and they will host the winner of Copper Basin and Sale Creek, a game in which they will win by 1,000 points next Friday night here on this field. They will host all the way through. As long as Clay County is playing football until the state championship game, those games are here in Salina. This is the Upper Cumberland's year to host, and they will. We're just waiting on Bruce Lamb to break that post-game huddle, and Hallie Ledbetter will have him, so stick around for that. We'll remind you to join us later on tonight for the Friday Night End Zone Show. Jacob and myself will recap all of tonight's action and last night's action, and it will be Sale Creek coming to town next week to take on the Clay County Bulldogs as they defeated Copper Basin tonight. End Zone Show. As soon as we get home, so about, what time is it now? 10. We're talking about 11:15 or so start time for the End Zone Show. We will go into tomorrow as we have a lot to talk about. It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us Thursday for the UCR football show from the rooftop of Fire and Vine. We'll preview week 1 of the high school football postseason. We'll have the UC Top 5, which is going to be very interesting to see how that shapes out. I may be pulling rank this week, but we'll have to wait and see until we get there. And the celebration is on. We are the champions, blaring out over the
and the
loudspeaker.
PA, I was going to say the PA guy with another banger. And I'll tell you what makes me more impressive is they're great songs, but the timing
it's been fantastic.
It's just been fantastic.
Bruce Lamb is getting his money's worth with his team post-game. And obviously our thoughts are with the injured Gordonsville Tigers. Hopefully they can get back in there. These are some great high school football players.
Studs.
And not even to mention Bryson Grisham, who's been out for a while playing without a back who was on pace to run for maybe 1,500 yards this season. They've been missing him, and now they lost their backfield tonight for who knows how long. We'll have to wait and see. The fireworks continue to blare. The post-game huddle is broken. Hallie Ledbetter will bring Bruce Lamb to the 20-yard line. I'll play hero by holding up this antenna so it doesn't have the static in your ear. And I'm sure he's going to be very excited after that performance by his team.
He's not nervous anymore, is he?
No, to gut it out against a very good Gordonsville Tigers team here on their home field and come away with the victory. Next week, we will have coverage of playoff games across the Upper Cumberland. You'll have to wait and see where we are. We'll announce it once we figure out all the matchups and where we can be. Moments away from hearing from Clay County head coach Bruce Lamb. And who knows what they're doing now down there.
Tell you what, I don't see it, but if it was a Gatorade bath, that would be terrible.
Oh, no.
What?
That'd be freezing.
It'd be terrible.
Oh, man.
Terrible. It'd be almost like going over here jumping in Dell Hollow Lake. It'd be a terrible idea.
Hallie Ledbetter with Bruce Lamb, a victorious Bruce Lamb with the region champion Clay County Bulldogs.
Coach, how are you feeling after securing the region title tonight?
Relieved. That was an incredible game. You know, the kids came out second half and played like we asked them to each play. You know, one play at a time, and it got us back in the game.
How about the play of Nate Adams tonight?
If he's not Mr. Football, I don't know who he is. I mean, he's special.
You came into the second half with a lot more momentum. What was said in the locker room at halftime?
Well, you know, we had to tighten up some things. We weren't playing real well. We were getting beat up front, and I think the kids kind of decided that we wanted to play and be physical, and they came out, and like I said, one play at a time, and it paid off.
Great. Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's a victorious Bruce Lamb, and I think he wraps it up nicely. If Nate Adams isn't Mr. Football, I don't know who is. That was a tremendous closing argument tonight out of the senior from
I don't
Salina.
claim to know the stats of every single A football player
and I'm not going to discredit. To me, there's one other person in the discussion. It's Tate Serber, the quarterback, is going to UT Martin from McKenzie, having a great season. But McKenzie has a lot more around him than Nate Adams, who just did what he did tonight. Nate Adams, I think,
does this kid play on defense?
Not as much as Nate
That's
Adams.
That's what I'm
saying.
it's just he is the epitome of a high school football player.
Well, you'll see the party down there on the field right now. It will continue. Join us later on tonight for the Friday Night End Zone Show. Keep your eyes on upcoming reporter for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area, including coverage of this game tonight. We'll also have the postseason brackets up there as soon as we get an opportunity. We want to thank the sponsors for making it possible for us to be here. We'll remind you that this has all been on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network, and to don't buy until you see Jason Fye. And if you're like me and you like Corvettes, their showroom right now is full of Corvettes at Watson Chevy. I'm trying to let them do an in-kind trade for advertising, but
for a Corvette?
Yeah, but they haven't bit yet. But we'll see if we can make some progress on that front next week. The Clay County Bulldogs win the Region 4 Single A title tonight. Your final score from Salina: Clay County 42, Gordonsville 35. I'm Noah McKay for Jeremy Tollison to my right. Hallie Ledbetter on the field. Michael Lindsay there for UpperCumberlandReporter.com. The lovely Madison McKay producing things for us. Easton Tollison for beating Hallie's bodyguard once again tonight, and everybody at UCR.